I keep being told don't keep your crypto anywhere but a hard wallet due to if systems get hacked, cyber attacks, it would be frozen everywhere else. What does that look like for DWP? If Anchorage is hacked, you have a whitelisted wallet. The only place that they can send that crypto back to is your cold wallet. Like you're the only person that whitelists whatever wallet you're going to be able to send to. It's a 24-hour release. So that's their SLA. It obviously most of the time happens much faster than that. Okay. But there's a lot of security protocols and checks before we dole it back out, even to that whitelisted wallet. We don't want you to be under duress. We don't want you to be in a position where somebody's going to take it from you if we send it back there. So we'll call and ask some questions. It's kind of like the bank when you want to send a wire or do something. They're like, well, what's this for? And they call you. But it's also at the same time, like if somebody did hack your account and they were trying to like take your stuff, you're probably glad that they're doing that. So that's kind of what we do. It's a multi-sig process to remove the assets, but we can send them back at any time whenever you want them. We'll call and verify that it's you and make sure that we're good and you're not, being held at gunpoint or something. And then, we'll send it back. And like I said, even if it's hacked somehow, the only place they can send it back to is your own cold wallet. Now, I will talk about this though. Anchorage is bankruptcy remote. So what does that actually mean? You are never a creditor of Anchorage. They have a separate entity from their exchange and their brokerage desk and all the other operations that they do. That's the custody aspect. It's Anchorage Digital. If they had a bankruptcy, they would still have to go through bankruptcy. They would have to go through a restructuring, but your assets would never be taken. They're always yours. This is an FBO account in your name at that institutional custodian. But you wouldn't have access to those assets until after the bankruptcy proceedings were over. They would be held in that account. So that kind of sucks. That's the best we got right now. We're working on solutions with other people that might be relief of stay. So what does that mean? Well, relief of stay is where another trust bank would step in same day and there would be continuity to your account. So you would never miss a beat, even if, whatever the large bank was went out of business. That's relief of stay versus bankruptcy remote. And we want to be able to distribute these assets across multiple custodians. So that's something we're working on over the next 12 months. To be able to diversify risk across multiple custodians that all have the credentials and the standards that we have for institutional custody. So, again, I don't think there's one perfect solution, right? If you're holding it on a cold wallet, you don't have any counterparty risk, but the risk is you make a bad mistake and get phished or SIM swapped or your computer's compromised or there's malware or something else bad happens, right? So we see a lot of our clients hold some of their assets on the cold wallet, some of their assets on an exchange or brokerage, and then, the larger portion of their assets they tend to hold with us just because of the assurances that we provide and the insurance and all the other stuff. And again, there's insurance up to $100 million if you were hacked and somehow the assets were taken from you.